class. I hope you all are fine at home. In the previous class we discussed about the first three letters before going to start. That is S, S, S. S is nothing but the social distance, physical distance, right? Now with M, mask, and soap or sanitizer. Right? Here, I request everyone to please keep following these all things as day by day the situations are changing and the cases are increasing rapidly. Better please keep following this social distance and keep on wearing the mask, and please do not keep your hands on your face without cleaning your hands, and please use a sanitizer or soap frequently to wash your hands. Right? Now in the previous class we have learned about the historical maps, the people who made the maps, about them. Right? The person who made the maps, and he said that there are 7 continents on this earth. So the person is a Babylonian. And in the same way here many people said that here we have the different continents according to their imagination. And few people made the map according to their convenience, and few people to build the colonies, and others for the traveling purpose they made the maps. Now after that we have discussed how the maps are helpful for the colonization, exploration. Right? What's the meaning of colonization? Building the new colonies or occupying the one country to the other country. Exploration means finding the routes with the help of the seas. By traveling on the boats, on the huge ships, people find out the new different places. Now after that we have discussed about the use of maps. Right? Use of maps in our times. Now what's the purpose of using the maps in our daily life now? Now regularly from home to school you people are habituated and you know the route exactly. Now whenever you are going to visit the new place, you without the help of the guidance or without the help of the map, we can't able to reach our destination easily. Now what is the use of maps in the present times? Now for the construction purpose, maps in our times. Now for the purpose of construction, right? For locating the places, for laying the roads, for building the new cities. So for all this purpose we use maps, not only in our regular life but also the people for the future plans also they will make the maps very convenient depending upon the requirement. So here now in this only, suppose here we have the 2 mountains. Now this side road has to go that side. So here what they will do with the help of the architect. Architect means the person who will design the buildings. With the help of the person here he can start constructing the roads from one side to another side with the help of the different ideas. Without ideas there is no possibility of making these all things. So here new ideas will build a new techniques, new ideas or the new constructional designs will be developed. So the next one is a reading thematic maps. Reading thematic maps. What is the meaning of thematic? Now here you can able to see the map. Here it is a India political map. What is the meaning of political? Already the different types of maps we have learned about the physical map, which says about the landforms. Right? Now political map, which says about the different places which are helpful for locating the places. Now here in this map you can see all the states, and along with the states here you can see the capital of the state, and we have the many cities are included in this political map. Now coming to the thematic map. What's the meaning of thematic? but here in this map, in this vertical map, we can't able to guess. Now suppose in our Telangana, what's the population of the map? What's the population of the Telangana? And what are the languages most of the people will speak here? And what are the festivals? What the cultural and the historical background of Telangana? So here in this vertical map, we can't able to explain all those details. Right? Here for one particular subject. Right? Now for the culture, for language, for festival, for crops or agriculture, for soils, right, etc. Many more things are there. What all the things we follow in our regular life, right? On those all things will get the different types of maps. Those all maps will come under the thematic maps. Thematic maps are nothing but which will discuss or which will explain about the one particular subject. Subject is nothing but about the culture, about the language, about the festival, crops, soils, food. These all we are going to read about the one particular country or the one particular state with the help of the maps. So here maps gives the detailed information about all the things. Right? I hope you understood this one. Thematic maps is nothing but which says about the one particular subject. Now moving to the making a population map. Making a population map. How we can make the population map? Now I request everyone to take page number 29. For example, draw a sketch map of your school showing the different classrooms, find out the number of students in each class and put one small line for every 5 students of the class. This will be a population map of your school. Don't forget to write in the key box how many students each line represents. Now population map can be shown on a map through shading. These are called population density maps. So here, this is our classroom. Right? Now suppose here the number of students in the class is 45. Now for every 5 students we are crossing like this. Already you know the tally marks. With the help of tally marks we can able to identify the total number of things. Right? Now in the same way with the help of tally marks we can able to identify very easily how many students are there in the one particular class. Now in the same way here, what will be the population of the one particular state or the one particular country? How it is possible? Now depending upon the area, right? Depending upon the area, we can able to tell that here what is the population of the one particular state, right? Now next, here in the one more example is there for you. Last paragraph. If the area of the village is 10 square kilometers and 1000 people live in it, the population density of the village is 100 per square kilometer. By using the same method, we can find out the density of population of the states and cities. What is the density of the population here? Density of population. Right? What is the density of the population? It is nothing but depending upon the area, the group of people, the number of people are living in one particular area. Now suppose in our class, here in one bench, 4 people are sitting. Right? When the 4 people are sitting here, on both the sides, if you have the 5 benches or the 4 benches also, what will be the strength of the class? Now here 4. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. So here 4 8s are, what is the answer? 4 8s are 32 will be the strength of the class. So here now depending upon the room size, how many benches we can able to adjust and how many students can able to sit comfortably in that class. Here depending upon the size of the room, we can able to calculate very easily. In the same way today we are going to calculate the method of exact population with the help of density of population, and it is possible with the help of maps. I hope you have understood this topic. It is nothing but depending upon the size of the area or depending upon the area, we can able to guess how many people are living in one particular right. In one particular class or area, we can able to guess the information very easily. Now, moving to the next topic, that is now next is the conventional symbols in conventional symbols. Conventional symbols on map. But here the thematic maps are with the help of the different colors. We are doing the thematic maps. And what are the conventional symbols on the map? Here you can able to see this track. This line is coming from the north to south. Here you can able to observe these all things. Right? Now here for this capitals you can able to see the dots. Right? Now here also the tourist and the air route map is there in the small box. Here you can able to identify with the help of these lines. We can able to know the air routes, aeroplanes routes from one place to another place. Here we have the Mumbai and here we have the Delhi. Now from Mumbai to Delhi, here many routes are connecting. Again from the Delhi, Kolkata, from there Kolkata, Hyderabad, Chennai, Visakhapatnam. That is many things are connecting from the one place to another place, and this map shows about the air routes of our country. The tourists or the visitors or the business people who all are going across the India or going across the world for everything. Here we have the clear information in which direction they have to go. So in the same way here we have the conventional symbols which are helpful to identify the locations very easily. Now here in the page number 11, while map makers usually use their own symbols, some symbols are used conventionally by most map makers in India. Here mostly what are the symbols we follow. Now example, for the hospital we use this symbol. Right? Now for the police station we call as a PS. PS is nothing but the police station. Right? RS, railway station. Right? Now for the graveyard we use this symbol, for the tank we use this symbol, for the temple. Right? For the temple we use this symbol. Now for these all things we use a different types of symbols to identify the particular place very easily. So the conventional symbols are helpful to identify the places. Now even as per our convenience also we will make different symbols. Right? Now as per your name, now for your name also you will make the different shapes, different styles you will be writing. Right? In the same way here also the people who are the map makers, who are making the map from the last so many years, they all made the maps very easy and to feel comfort for us to identify the places very easily. Now here in your page number 11 you can see towns and villages are inhabited, means desert area. What should be the symbol for that? Now next for the huts, for the temple, for the lighthouse. Here in all these in this page you can able to identify the different symbols for which locations. With the help of these locations also we people can make our own map. Now from our school to house, or from our house to our village, or from one area to another area. Now in this way you can able to make your own maps with the help of the thematic, or else you can make a thematic maps also. Now here we can able to use the conventional symbols to make it very easy. Now moving to the representation of relief features of maps. Representation representation of relief features on maps. But as the land is equal wherever we go. Now in the class, our land is completely, our classroom area is completely flat surface, very smooth surface. But once if we go out of the school, here the land is uneven. So here we can see the high areas and the low areas, high levels and the low levels also we can able to find very easily. Now the main relief features are hills, plateaus, or relief features here, the things which are made by the nature. The landforms, different landforms made by the nature. Example, the mountains, plains, plateaus, hills, water bodies. These all will come under the relief features. Now, since the maps are flat, we cannot show the height of different places on them. So we therefore use a special symbol for this called contours or the contour lines. Already in the previous class, in the 7th class, we have learned what is a contour line. What is the contour line here? Showing the land at the equal heights. Now in the same way, now as the land is uneven, what all the landforms are there? That landforms we are representing on the map with the help of contour lines. Contour lines are nothing but dividing the land into the equal heights, or measuring the land at the equal heights is known as a contour lines. Now the exact height of this we don't know, right, because of the uneven landform. So what we are doing from here to here, we are drawing the lines. So these lines are dividing this hill into the equal heights. So these lines are known as the contour lines. Contour lines. Contour line is nothing but dividing the land at the equal heights is known as a contour lines. Now here moving to the next one, that is atlas. What is the atlas here? Atlas is nothing but a book of different kinds of maps. A book of atlas is nothing but a book of different maps. A book of different maps. Now with the help of the atlas, we can able to identify what all the things are present on our earth very easily, especially in which areas. Now we will be having the world map. Again, in that world map, we have 7 continents. 7 continents maps will be different. Country maps will be different. So with the help of those all maps, we can able to look at the places very easily, and we will get the detailed information about the one particular region. Now, but in your 8th class, it is very compulsory to learn the Telangana map. In the page number 17, aerial photography and satellite imagery is there. Now, what is the aerial photography? Aerial photography is nothing but whenever there is a flood. So we have mostly our CM or our ministers, what they will do, they will be doing the aerial units. With the help of the helicopter, they will watch the situation of that area. That is the aerial view. And satellite imagery means imagination. With the help of the imagination, they are creating the picture. So it will come under the satellite imagery. Right? I hope you all have understood. With this we have done our lesson number 1. I request everyone to please copy on the homework. As you are going to start the new class first. Right? In the first page, name of the lesson. In the index column, lesson number 1, and name of the lesson is must. And in the fresh page on the top, you have to write the name of the lesson in the bold letters, and you need to write the new words, then important key points. So today's homework will be read lesson 1 and write 20 new words class work. Right? I hope you all got the homework. Please be safe at home. Thank you.